It's hard for me to even believe that it's been 4 years since Ellen stepped on campus for freshman registration. I still remember Ellen becoming a member of the varsity volleyball team after a very short stint with cross country. I remember this with humor when I envisioned turning to our assistant coach, Coach Bree, and we both shook our heads in amazement at watching her hit from the middle for the first time. Coach Bree and I thought Ellen was a junior for the first few weeks of school. It was not until one day at practice, Coach Bree came in and said, "You're never going to believe what I found out this morning. Ellen lives on Perkins." What? McCormick, I'm sorry. Wait, she's a freshman? I quickly summoned Ellen over, and we all cheered after realizing we would have 4 years together. You see, Ellen is the athlete coaches dream of. She works hard, she's insanely talented, and she brings an energy to her team that cannot be taught. While I certainly have loved coaching Ellen on the volleyball court, I was fortunate enough to have her join my advisory. And throughout the past 4 years, I have watched Ellen continue to strive toward full stature and truly live into being her fun, caring, and authentic self. We've shared many laughs, advisory shenanigans, and times of great growth together. Ellen, don't forget that I will always be here for you, and I will be cheering for you as you prepare to begin a new chapter in college.
First of all, I'd like to thank Coach Jones for being my biggest cheerleader and best advisor. Hi, everyone. I'm Ellen Lewis. You probably heard my name when Mr. Winston called me out at the beginning of the year during a concussion story to make everyone do their standardized concussion tests. Trust me, do the test, because I promise you, you don't want to end up like me. From the few things I've remembered over the past few years, I can tell you that VES has taught me how amazing horrible times can make you. When I started to think about even doing a senior speech, I wanted it to be funny. But when I thought deeper into it, I really wanted to make my story change someone's mind on how they were going to continue their time at VES. My freshman year on McCormick was hectic. Shout out Myrna for being an amazing roommate my first year, and rip Charlotte Grattan. The class of 25 lost many people that year, including shooting people with tacks at the end of Nerf bullets or setting off the fire extinguisher in the Ainsley basement. Once I got to know my grade pretty well, I started to try and get to know more people. All was well until sophomore year, when I fell into a small bubble. I stayed in my room as much as I could. I would skip classes, and I didn't do my homework, and I fell out of touch with some of the best people. With every break during the day, I would run back to my room just to be away and have comfort in my bed, even if it was just for a minute. Nobody really saw me that year, nobody really knew me, and I later found out that some people were actually scared of me. After already being in a hole, I got majorly concussed one weekend at lacrosse practice and was suddenly out of sports for nearly 3 months. After hearing my mom say I lost my spark, it hurt. I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone about anything, and I fell into a dark mindset. Soon after, I sat down with my mom and we talked for like 3 hours. I decided to open up to her and tell her everything. We cried, we laughed, and we talked about what to do moving forward. Going into my junior year, I had a giant single, a new attitude, and an open mind. I was surrounded by amazing friends and amazing teachers. I learned so much in the span of my junior year. I learned to keep those who you want to succeed close by. I learned that mindset changes everything. I learned that with the things that you put in your life, you need to deal with the consequences yourself and learn from them. Learning from your mistakes is the key to growing as a person and learning who you are and how strong you can become. Instead of doing individual thank yous, I would like to thank VES as a whole. Thank you for letting me be myself and giving me a chance to succeed in ways I didn't think I could. Now for my least favorite part of these speeches, seniors, we have 104 days left. Let's make it out all together.